and this is the recorded walkthrough of my climate tracker Ruby CLI gem. We'll start off just by running in climate tracker. All that does, you can see above, is creates a new climate tracker CLI object and calls it call method. Brings a little introductory paragraph. Gives you a brief introduction about what the program does. So it displays the average monthly temperature for any date the user requests for any state within the United States. There's two different functions that the gem has. The first type is the list view, and the second type is the compare view. So the list view will find the average temperature for the chosen state at the selected date, and the compare view will compare the change in temperature between two dates for whatever state the user would like. And then you can always type exit to exit out of this program. So we'll start with the list view, or the list function. Just restates the function first, since this program will allow you to switch back and forth as you would like. It's important to know which function you're working in. So pick desired state. List of states is viewable by typing states. I do allow the user just to bypass requesting a list of all the states, but these are the options. It's not case dependent. These all come up in capital letters. That's how the data is formatted. But like I said, the user can bypass this. If you just know you want to type in Indiana, you can type in Indiana. But this kind of gives the user an idea of how their input should be typed and like what kind of options they have, and also is expandable. Since this is the list of states pulled from the NOAA Climate API, which is the API that this gem uses, if they ever add more like territories, like Puerto Rico or something like that, it will be visible in these states. So we'll pick my home state of New Hampshire, and then pick a target date. Since this is the list view, it picks one state and one date and shows you the average for that date. So we'll make the target date my birthday, which is June 27th, 1991. But of note, before I put this in, this does have, it's included actually in the state section too. There's several things there to make sure that you type in the right format. So if you put it in backwards, too many digits out of a normal date, month, year range, all of that kind of stuff. For instance, if I did 40, 14, 1000, it knows that's not a valid date either. We'll continue on, put in my birthday, and it lets you know it's accepted as well. Since this does proceed to processing right afterwards, I wanted to make sure that the user knew that what they had entered was valid, instead of just them waiting. So here's our response. Doesn't take too long. New Hampshire's monthly average temperature for June 27th, 1991 was 46.07 degrees Fahrenheit. The Climate API returns in Celsius, and I convert it to Fahrenheit because that's what most of the users would be used to seeing. Then it allows you to pick an option again. We'll move on to the compare function. And it remembers what we typed in before. So it remembers that we have a target state of New Hampshire and a target date of June 27th. And if you don't change those, then it won't re-pull that piece of information. It speeds it up a little bit. The returns are actually pretty quick, so it's not too much of a noticeable difference, but it does not pull it twice if you keep the same values. Just for the sake here, I'm going to change all of this. So, still like to use the target state New Hampshire. No. I will pick Maine. Yeah, let's do Maine. And like I said, the formatting of these, whatever you type in, doesn't matter. Pick a new target date. Yeah. Let's do, how about the 1st of September 1920. 1st September 1920. Right. Date to compare it to. If not, they'll use 1 year ago today. That's just because the Climate API is only updated to about a year within today's date. So that's set in there to make that kind of the maximum end of what you can type in. But no, we'll just compare it to today. So set a new date. No, it will not. So it lets you know, again, because there's a wait time, I want to let them know that it is thinking and that it's not hung up on anything. So it gives you a brief thing, 1920 September compared to September 29th, 2015 for Maine. And should return in just a second. And there we go. In Maine, it was slightly warmer this year than it was in 1920. Gives you a percentage increase as well. There's a little output there. And we're back to our main menu, list, compare, or exit. If I go to compare, it remembers our most recent target state. So you like to use the target state of Maine? Yes. New target date? No. Let's see if we can just make it go a little faster. Would you like to set a date to compare it to? Yes. So this time we used the same date, the same state, so it didn't have to pull it twice, and you can see it returned a lot faster. Just to note here, it's a little hard to compare, January 1st compared to September 1st. So these, while it's true, might not be an accurate thing for a climate tracker. But yeah, that's the full climate tracker app. List, compare, and if you want to exit the app, you can just type exit. And there we go. Thanks.